we got this cupcake here and this cupcake here. I'm going to give you 2/3 of this cupcake because I know 2/3 is a larger fraction than 3/5. And I'm going to take 3/5 of this one. Is that fair?
You would get larger slices from the pink one.
Why?
Because the cupcake is bigger.
Oh. So what does that mean? What do we have to have and have to know when we're dealing and comparing with fractions? Come on, guys, think about it. What do you think?
And they have equal sizes.
Oh, equal sizes. Who agrees with that? Why do you agree with that?
Everybody's gonna want a piece of the big cupcake because it's bigger.
So are the pieces of the smaller cupcake going to be the same as the pieces of the big cupcake? Why not?
Because the pieces are gonna be larger.
Why?
Because the cupcake's larger.
So the cupcake's larger. So what has to be true? We have to have the same size. Yell it at me. The same size what?
Amount.
What is it? What is the thing we compare with fractions? What's that vocabulary word? We got to get our vocabulary down. Whole. All right. So let's say that again.
Whole.
We have to have the same.
Whole. Cupcake.
No. Same size whole. So is the whole of a fraction extremely, extremely important?
Yes.
Okay. You got to take that nugget and keep it in your head forever now. You have to have the same size whole. You cannot compare fractions. You cannot do anything with fractions if you don't have the same size whole. All right. Now, we're going to practice. If we have 2/3 or 3/4, we're going to compare them and figure out which is greater. How in the world do I get my whole? How do I draw my array? How do I figure out how to start here? What do I have to look at? What do you think? James, put that paper up. What do you think? Aiden, how do you think I get the same? How am I going to get my whole? What do I need to look at?
Squares.
Okay, I'm going to use the squares. I'm going to give you all a little hint. Look at Isabel, you said it. In my array here, how many total squares did I have?
15.
15. I was comparing 3/5 and 2/3. Where do you think I got 15 for my array? I see some light bulbs going off. Look at the two fractions I compared. Now look at the array I used for my comparison. What do you notice about it? Make some connections about arrays when you did arrays back in multiplication. What do you see here? Look at my dimensions of my array. Look at the dimensions. Eyes up there. Look at the dimensions of my array. What do you notice about them? Where did I get them? Where did I get the dimensions of my array?
From your denominators?
You're exactly right. You're good. Okay, so I have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 1, 2, 3 array. Where did those come from? My denominators. Okay, so now that we have that, let's go back and look at 2/3 or 3/4. What size array am I going to draw here to compare? Think, guys, we just said it. Eyes up there. Where am I going to get the dimensions for my array? Caitlin?
The denominators.
The denominators. Alyssa, where do we get the dimensions for our array? Caitlin just told you. The denominators. Okay, so let's, on your paper, I want you to draw a 3 by 4 array. Use the lines on your grid paper to help you. 3 by 4. Okay, so we have our 3 by 4. Now we have to shade in, oh, look how crooked mine is. 2/3. How are we going to shade in 2/3? 2 out of 3. I'm going to fix this. 2 out of 3. Go ahead and do it. Shade in 2/3 of your array. 2 out of every 3. Two-thirds. Is that a 4 by 3?
Oh.
You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. 4 by 3. 2 out of every 3. Okay. Okay. Look at it. See how crafty I am. Okay. All right, here's what I saw as I walked around. I saw and then I saw are those the same thing? Austin, you're shaking your head. Why are those the same thing?
Because,
What fraction are they both showing? What fraction is that? What fraction?
2 by 3.
2 out of 3, 2/3. So here, 1, 2 out of 3, 1, 2 out of 3, 1, 2 out of 3, 1, 2 out of 3. I saw that, and then I saw 1, 2 out of 3 equal parts. If these are the 3 equal parts, some people shaded in 2 whole columns. Over here, some people shaded in 2 of 3. Are they equivalent? Is that the same thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So however you see it in your mind, that's okay, as long as you shade in 2/3, 2 out of 3. Okay, so now let's do 3/4. What size array do we have to draw for it? It has to be the what? If we're comparing fractions, they have to be the same what?
Size whole.
Thank you. Say it again.
Size whole.
All right. So what size array are you going to draw? What size array are you going to draw?
Whole.
3, 4.
3, 4.
3 by 4.
3 by 4. What size is your array going to be?
3 by 4.
Thank you. Now draw it. All right. Who wants to come up and show us which fraction is greater and why? Let me see who I'm going to pick on. All right, Caitlin, you haven't been up. All eyes on Caitlin because she might need some help.
with two-thirds of this, it looks 2.
You can't lean on it, babe. If you lean on it, yeah.
It looks like that, but 3/4 is a lot like pick the same thing, only it's put a different way. And it looks like that.
So which fraction is greater, Caitlin?
3/4 because his 2/3 is only 2 parts out of 4, and 3/4 is 3 parts out of 4.
Stay up there. Stay up there. Does anybody have anything to say about Caitlin's explanation or visual or anything? Y'all got something to say? What you got to say?
That her 2/3 isn't right.
Okay. Who agrees with Isabella? Okay. Why do you agree with Isabella?
She put 6 covered and it wasn't at a 2/3.
Okay. What does that look like? When you just look at that, what does it look like shaded? What fraction does it look like shaded? A half. We're good at half. We know a half. That looks like a half, Caitlin. Does that look like a half to you? Does it?
Yeah.
Does it still look like a half is shaded? Let's think about it, Caitlin. How many did you shade?
I shaded 6.
6. How many total squares are in there?
12.
Is 6 half of 12? Is half and 2/3 the same? So what's going on? Do you want to phone a friend to come help you? Isabella. All right. Y'all better get it right. I'm thinking the lines may have helped. I don't know. What do you all think? Yeah? You are too quiet for me. Come on. You got to talk. I got to hear what's in those brains.
So, I think I know what happened. I think she was looking at it a different way.
Okay. So how do we fix it?
Can I redraw the rest?
Sure. You can do whatever you need to do. I hope you're watching because we may need more help up here. This is tough. Tough stuff, I tell you. Fractions.
She has it drawn like this, and then 3 going down. And then that's how she has hers drawn.
Okay. So I see 3 equal parts there. Do you all see 3 equal parts? Huh? I can't hear you. Okay. So talk us through it, Isabella. What are you doing?
And I was shading in 1/3, and then I'm shading in 2/3 right now.
All right. Now, does that look like half anymore? No. That looks better to my eyes. Now tell me why that's 2/3.
Because if we had 15, there's 3 rows right here.